I have no idea where my life is going. I don't know what's next. I don't know what's going to happen 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now. But something that I've decided to do moving forward is to just create. Just create as much as I can. And not because of an algorithm or followers or whatever. I've always I've always find I've always found writing and making art very calming and therapeutic. It's the only way that I've ever made sense of the world is creating art. As a kid, I spent a lot of time alone. I spent a lot of time isolated. It was always pretty weird in school. I was the kid who would just literally be drawing for hours. When we were in elementary school, I used to be excited when we had indoor recess because I could draw. I could write. I could make up songs in my mind. And I could just get lost in my own little world. And it's the world of creativity that gave me the freedom to be brave, gave me a sense of like a superpower. So I was always so scared to stand up for myself. But art made me feel powerful. I think that's really important. I think if you're somebody who struggles with low self-esteem or the kind of person who struggles to stand up for yourself, the moments you do have where you feel a bit powerful, I think it's really good for you. It really can help change you. And eventually I did learn how to speak up for myself. And the weird thing is, when you start speaking up for yourself, when you start standing your ground, initially you do feel afraid, even as it's happening. You feel afraid and you feel a sense of guilt, a sense of shame, this idea almost as if you don't have the right to stand up for yourself, almost as if you don't have the right to respect yourself. But of course you do. You know, it took me a long time to understand that just because you're feeling guilt doesn't mean you need to have to actually be guilty about anything. A lot of that is false guilt. A lot of that is unlearning toxic, terrible things that you learned growing up. And even now, sometimes I still tremble when I speak up for myself, when I feel disrespected, but damn, I feel so good afterwards. I feel so fucking good afterwards because I'm like, yeah, I feel like I felt like I got to be the person that I needed when I was a child. I felt like I was standing up for him. I was standing up for like a younger version of myself. Even recently, I was at the post office and the postal clerk person was just so incredibly rude for honestly no reason. I'm a very chilled person in general, but I don't know. She was just very, very rude. And usually I would let it go. But I said, no, I'm not going to let this go. So I put in a complaint and I gave them my peace of mind. And wow, it felt so fucking great. It felt so fucking good. Where it's just like, yes, this is what I needed. Because when you allow people to keep walking all over you, it does something to your spirit. It's something that internally that you can literally feel. You can feel like you feel defeated. You feel defeated and you feel like you are disappearing. And that's because you are. The more you allow people to take advantage of you, the more you allow people to treat you any kind of way, you are fading more and more and more, and you're becoming like this nothingness. You're almost just like existing, and people are using you like a walking mat, and that's no, like that's not how That's not how things are supposed to be. And it's not about picking trouble. It's not about being like, oh, I'm so alpha, or it's not any of that. But you should stand up for yourself, and you shouldn't feel bad about that. And even if you do feel bad, you have to remind yourself that a lot of that, again, is false guilt. But you owe that to yourself. You owe that to the younger version of yourself. You owe that to the person you want to be. And it really changes you because you become, as a byproduct, you become more confident. I don't know. I guess that's what brings me to this point. Is right now I'm in this era in my life where I'm just standing up for myself. And I don't mean just standing up for myself to other people. I mean standing up for myself when it comes to my own self-doubts. I mean standing up for my dreams, standing up for my vision, standing up for my goals, standing up for my ideas. I'm at a point in my life where, again, I don't know what the hell is happening in my life. I don't know where things are going. Everything is literally just all over the place. My life is so chaotic right now. But for the first time in my life, I'm just refusing to give up. I just absolutely refuse to give up this time. I'm so fucking tired of giving up. I am so tired of doubting myself and second guessing myself and procrastinating and thinking and overthinking and then thinking some more and then, overanalyzing. I'm just tired of it. And so I'm standing up for the life that I deserve. And I'm standing up for the dreams that I've had since I was a child. I'm taking my time back. I'm not saying yes to every single person just because they want something from me right then and there. I'm not saying yes to that all the time. Because this is your life. How many more years, how many more months, how many more weeks are you going to waste trying to please everybody? How many more times are you going to keep doubting yourself and being afraid to make a move because it's not the perfect timing? There's no such thing. There's no such thing. I don't even know how I'm going to pay for rent over the next few months. I literally have no clue. Like, this is not some a static or whatever. Like, this is like my real life, bro. Like, this is literally my real life. I don't know how I'm going to do these things, but I know that I will find a way. God has never steered me wrong, and I have very strong belief in God. I don't believe in religion, but I do believe in God. And again, I feel in my soul, in my gut, in my spirit that it is time to fight for what you actually want. And don't be afraid to go after it. And don't be afraid that you don't have all the answers to it. Don't be afraid that you don't know all the steps. But take a step. Taking a step is so much better than not doing anything. So if you're listening to this or watching this, I really just encourage you to stand up for you. Stand up for you. Sometimes tell your friends to go fuck themselves, because sometimes they need to hear that. Sometimes your own friends can take advantage of you, whether they mean to or not. Sometimes you got to tell people no. Stand up for your dreams, bro. Stand up for the dreams that you have, the ideas that you have, the vision that you have, and the things that you want to do, because it's not ridiculous. And it is important. It's important to you. It's important to you. So don't let anybody clown you. Don't let anybody kind of clown your dreams, including yourself. Don't let self-doubt try to talk you out of what you want to do. This is a time for a lot of introverted people, a lot of people who have felt like they've been sitting on the sidelines their whole life, to just take one step this year, one fucking step, to just give yourself a shot, to give yourself a chance. And I promise you, you'll be so much better for it.